Good evening. Welcome tonight. We're very thrilled to welcome you to this, our stepping up ceremony for Diamond's class of 2018. And as I'm sure many of you have been, I've been spending the last days and weeks thinking about you all. And thinking about the last 3 years that you all have spent at Diamond. And one of the things that came to me was the very first day you arrived at Diamond. I don't know if any of you will even remember this, but when you showed up at Diamond, we showed up maybe an hour and a half before you did to discover there was no electricity in the building at all. But just like you have for the last 3 years, that just seemed like an interesting experience to you all, and you just went with us and went into the library instead of the auditorium because the auditorium was pitch black, and didn't worry about the fact that we had lanterns in the bathrooms, and made it a really good first day for yourselves as a class. So that to me is very typical of you all, that you arrived when we had no electricity to offer you. And you brought all your own electricity to the party. And you have been doing that ever since. You are full of energy, full of enthusiasm. You participate in everything. You are doers. You're also talkers. When you get together and when you harness that energy, fantastic things happen. And you've been doing that for the last 3 years. One of the other things I was remembering was we have student councils at Diamond where anyone can participate who wants to make Diamond a better place for all of us. And I remember that there were 30 or 40 of you who from about the first week of school decided you were definitely going to be on the student council. And you decided that you didn't think the traffic patterns were good at Diamond. You wanted to take care of that. And I sat with you and I said, okay, let me just tell you a little bit about things. You're 6th graders. And you've got 7th graders in the building, and you have 8th graders in the building. And I'm not sure how this is going to go if you decide you really want to put tape down the center staircase and tell everyone that they need to do the traffic pattern a little differently. But you have my full support if you want to go for this. There was some thought for about 30 seconds. Yep, we want to go for this. You all then pulled in allies and spent the next 3 weeks going on a campaign to get everyone in the school to use that stairway in a safer, more comfortable manner. And lo and behold, you were successful. We now don't need the tape anymore, and that's the traffic pattern that you all as a grade established when you walked through the door. So well done, class of 2018. Since you got there to Diamond. You have participated, you have joined, you have supported one another, you helped us launch World Language Week, you participated on the math team, on any number of sports teams. And I know I was talking to Coach O'Brien before the event, that in the spring season, not only did we have the highest level of participation in sports ever, we only lost 1 game or match all spring. That's you all. You have tremendous energy, and when you harness that energy, you really move things. So you've traveled abroad, you've attended mock town meetings, you have done any number of interesting things. You have tried new things, and you bring great energy to those new events and great creativity. You think out of the box. This is the first year, at least since I've been at Diamond, that I can say at our final social, we had a chocolate fountain. And that chocolate fountain was your idea, and when you got the go-ahead, you made it happen from start to finish. Lots of extra energy, lots of extra effort, and I think it was a great idea, and you had fun making it happen. You've showed up in huge numbers to our dances, and you make everyone at the dances feel welcome. So you participated in musicals like Annie or Guys and Dolls and Music Man. You've sung in D minors or in other choral groups. You've joined student council, as I said before. You've done sports, you've done arts, you've done your academics. But you also really support one another. When I asked administrators, guidance, teachers about you all in particular, as I was thinking about things this week, that was a common thread, that you really are there for one another. You make it fun, you join in together. When someone has a great idea, you pitch in to make it happen. So I am really hoping that you continue that energy. When you worked on the 8th grade play, those of you who participated in that, really interesting out-of-the-box thinking, and you pulled together and you pulled it off. That is the thread. So I'm hoping for you that when you go off to Lexington High School next year, that you bring those things with you, that you keep your connections the way you have them, but that you spread them out to include more people. That you keep your energy, but you also keep working on how do you harness that energy for good. And that you continue to be creative, that you continue to think out of the box, and you continue to try brand new things or to try to get better at the things you do. And if you do that, you are going to be a fantastic addition to Lexington High School next year. So well done, and we'll miss you. Great pleasure tonight to welcome to the podium our MCs for the evening, Emily Lowe and Daniel Weiss.
We would like to welcome class of 2014 to the stepping out ceremony.
We are also very excited to have our teachers and parents with us today to celebrate this momentous occasion. We hope you enjoy the celebration.
Tonight is Radulescu-Banu from Team Liberty. Thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Radulescu-Banu and I'm on Team Liberty. I'm honored to speak tonight to my graduating class, as well as all of our families, teachers, and administrators who have helped us in so many ways. Before I begin, I would like to thank everyone who made this day possible for all of us. Let's take a moment to thank all of our loving families who have supported us every step of the way. We really could not be here without you. Also, let's really hear it for all of the dedicated teachers and administrators that go above and beyond for our learning, fun and engaging, or staying after school to give us extra help, the wonderful teachers at Diamond truly deserve more credit than we give them. Fellow graduating 8th graders, we did it! When we first walked into Diamond, most of us were probably longing for the day to take our final steps out. Well, here we are. For me, and most likely a few of you, this day is bittersweet. While it's exciting to go on to the high school, we're leaving behind a place that's almost like a second home to us. I remember how I felt taking my first steps into middle school. I was scared, more than I'd like to admit. As I was dragging myself off the bus and through the front doors, my mind was flooded with worry. What if I couldn't handle the homework? What if I couldn't make new friends? How could 5 minutes possibly be enough time to get from class to class? Well, all my fears were alleviated shortly. Over the years, we grew inseparable from one another. Soon we stopped asking each other, so which school did you go to? It didn't matter anymore where we came from. We were now all at Diamond together. Without the friends I've made in my experience at Diamond, I know my middle school life would have been miserable. We helped each other study for the numerous stressful tests and exams, and walked into class the next day ready to take on the world. We sang and played out our hearts on stage at each and every concert or performance. We supported each other out of the classroom and on the field, redefining what the word team means. Today is the day where we look forward to a new chapter in all of our